we've got Metasploit installed at this point, and I want to talk a little bit about some ways of organizing all of your data that is going to be in Metasploit. So the thing that we're going to do is we're going to use workspaces, and workspaces are a way of organizing different projects into their own folders, for example. Even though it's not really a folder, you can kind of think of it as a folder. So what I want to do is I'm going to add a workspace called VTC, and let's take a look at some of the other things that we can do here. So I can list the workspaces. If I were to just do this and type workspace VTC, now I would be in that workspace. I can delete workspaces. I can rename workspaces. In fact, when I go to the web interface for Metasploit and I go to the web interface here, what I'm going to get here is under projects, I'm going to get the workspace there. So you can see when I create a workspace, I actually get a project entry. And I've got a default project where I've got some hosts, and when I do some different things like run an Nmap scan inside the VTC workspace, I'll get some hosts there. So it's a way of separating out the data that you have. So even though I've got some data in my default workspace, if I were to do host here, I would actually show nothing because I've got nothing in this workspace. So it's a good way of segmenting data into different projects or different folders or different groups, however you want to think about it. It's a way of doing some data segmentation to keep all of the different things you're working on separate and distinct. So there's not overlap and you don't get confused by the hosts that are in one pen test versus the hosts that are in another pen test. So workspaces are really good for keeping information organized, and as you can see, when I do a change in the console here, the MSF console, it reflects in the web interface, and if I were to add a project in the web interface, it would show up as a workspace here. So again, workspace is really useful for organizing data. You can create, you can delete, you can rename, and you can put all of your data in the project where it belongs.